Adding text. While I have my Odyssey images, I suddenly realize that my students probably won't know what these images represent. I want to add some identifying text to each. So let's start at the opening image. I click the Callouts button, then I click Add Callout or open the contextual menu and select the type of callout I want. Once I add the shape with text callout, I can edit its properties, its border, color, effects, its type, font, and color, and so on. You also have control of whether the shape fades in or out, as well as the length of the fade. Each of the callouts will allow you to edit that particular callout's properties. Once dropped on the timeline, you can change the duration and location of the callout, copy it, and then paste that copy, and so on. But we're just going to add some text. The text editor should not pose any problems, as it is similar to other programs. The one peculiarity worth mentioning is the font size. The drop-down menu does limit your options, but you can select the text, then add a font size not found on the menu. Let's say you want big letters at 160 point. You can add that size, then click in the text editor. You will have to adjust the bounding box on the stage so the text will become fully visible. Let's change three qualities of the text. First, the color. We want to match colors in the image, so we open up the text editor, then use the eyedropper tool to sample colors from the image. Now, if we choose visual properties, which is hidden under More right now, we can make the text transparent. We will rotate the text once again on the Visual Properties tab. Now for something a little trickier. On the Visual Properties tab, you can also make objects move, including text. Let's say you want your text to fly onto the screen from outside. You would first position your text outside the canvas, then with the object selected, you would hit Add Animation. You would then drag the text to wherever you want on the page. The animation is added to the timeline, and you can choose the icon and change its length in case you don't like the abrupt default transition. Watch what happens. You can then use the coordinates to place your next bit of text at the same X or Y axis point if you want. You can then add another effect. Let's say you want the text to fade after it reaches a certain position. You can then add this to the timeline. What you can't do is to have both effects be concurrent. This is a little more complicated than just choosing an effect and letting it do its thing, but this also gives you much more control.